Basic design positioning is a unique feature that allows you to kind of connect designs one right after the other. So I'm going to take this design and we're going to sew it once on this line I've drawn, and then I'm going to rehoop the fabric and then hook the second one to the first one. But so we can get the first one to be on the line, let me show you what we need to do. We've already touched go and moved ourselves to the stitch out screen. Design positioning is the flower with the 4 arrows coming out of it. So right now the needle is hanging out right here at the inside of the design. So to really get the design to line up, we need to move this little cursor to be at the top part of our design. So step number 1 and step number 2 helps us through these. So on step 1, what we're going to do is when I touched it, the cursor turned red and allows me to move all the way to that top corner. Now, because we can't see if we're really there, touch Alt, and we're going to go into the zoom options. I like to draw a little box around the area I want to zoom into. So choose the 3rd zoom option and touch and drag a little square in that upper corner. Now we can see that we need to, let's go ahead and come back out of zooming and move that red cursor to the very top stitch, and then you can tap it right into position. Now step 2 is the hoop. So we want to go ahead and now with step 2, we watch over here. Step 1, we watch the screen. Step 2, we watch the hoop. So right now my needle is hanging out where that design stitch is, and I want to move it over to the line. So let's just go ahead. Now when we do this, our design moves and we can get it right where we need it to be. I just need it to be on that line because once the line is crucial, even on the very first one, because that gives us something to line it up with next time. Kind of make sure everything's looking good. Okay, I'm on the line. So by positioning everything, let's go ahead and look at our whole design. No, maybe go zoom out a little bit more. Hoop and design. We can see we're now lined up. Our needle's right there. And I'm going to quick stitch out this design, and I'll meet you when this is done and ready to line up the first design, or the design that we're going to stitch to again to the first design that we've stitched. I'll meet you back here when we're ready to stitch the second design and hook it to the first one that will be on our fabric. Now that it's done, I'm going to go ahead and rehoop my fabric to get the next one ready to be lined up. So I've rehooped and we're going to do the process again. I'm going to line up the next repeat of this design even with that last stitch here and then let it stitch right on out. So all we need to do is really leave the design on screen and go to design positioning. It remembered where I last was. So my needle is still hanging out at that last stitch. So now all I need to do is come to the position number 2 and move this down so I will fit. So now what I'm doing is lining up this point, my needle, with the last stitch of the previous design. Now once I kind of move this into position and I get fairly close, then I'm going to use my little arrows down and left and right to get it exactly where I want it to be. I can even bring that needle down and see where it is actually going to touch. And this one takes a little patience because you can see the change of distance is very, very minute, which is good because this is where we want to get it really on the exact part. There you go. To make it all lined up so nobody sees where we connected these designs. So once I'm done, I'll do the green check mark. The design is ready to stitch. We've taken the stop off, so it will just stitch the whole design from start to finish, even though it has 2 colors, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Yippee! My embroidery is finished. Let's take a look at how cool that is lined up. Can you imagine a row of this all along the header of a pillowcase or a tablecloth or linen? And all you have to do is just use your basic design positioning always to help line up from design to design.